it's early Saturday morning. I'm sipping my coffee here. I've been dreaming all night about getting up and playing my Bootsy album, Bootsy Collins album. I couldn't really remember if I had a copy or not. I said, oh yeah, I remember buying this. And I wanted to listen to it. And then I'm sitting here watching it and I'm thinking, I've never made a video about, some of the changes I've made in listening to vinyl on my, multi-purpose home theater setup. So I thought, why not real quick, make a quick video. So let me raise the needle. Let me just stop it actually. So I guess we can start here. This is my Audio Technica. Pretty much a bass turntable. See if I can get it to focus. I can't. So it's automatic stereo turntable, Audio Technica. So let's see. First thing, this little weight for the record I bought on eBay, I believe, with a little balance. Use that, and it's actually a little too tall for the dust cover. As you can see, I get a ring around the dust cover there because of this. So because of that, I don't like to have the records playing open and dust getting on it while it's playing. So I close it, but I can't close it because the weight is touching, so it presses and it's too much. So I use a little 45 disc, put it here in the corner, and let it rest on that. So it's mostly closed. Leaves a little air gap and space for the weight, and still play the album. So again, this is what got me up this morning. My Bootsy album from the 70s, 80s. I'm not sure. I always say 70s, but I'm not really sure. I have to look at that. And so I wanted to talk about some of the upgrades I did to this turntable. Wait, one. Okay, so I had to pause it long enough to go and get my little tripod here so I can keep talking and filming at the same time. Okay, so my Bootsy Collins album. I'll take that off really quick there. Put it over here. And you'll see one of the things I bought was a replacement platter cover. Now I'm wondering if I've got it on the right way. I think I did. I think this should be the top. How about that? It's a good thing I did this. Okay. Well, I got this from Amazon. It was like, I don't know, $3 or $4. Pretty good. The platter, I actually got a new belt. It's basically just a rubber band there, but you can kind of see here, there, a replacement belt. Not really sure that it helps a lot or not, but it came with the new stylus. This won't focus in, but this is basically so let me raise this, a new stylus. What is it? I can't see it. See if I can zoom in on that. Will it focus? It's a UP60, I think, or LP60. Direct replacement stylus. It's not gonna focus for me, but did that. And let me see if I can find the original down here in my cabinet. All right, so here we go. This is that. So here is the original platter felt cover, the original stylus. And hey, doing a quick video. And is everything okay? What's your questions? Okay, I'm back. My daughter had a few questions. All right, so here are the original. Here's the original belt. that I replace. And let me see, has a on here, see if I can get that. Shoot, where's the camera? LP, it's LP gear. I cannot read that. LP gear. Can I see it? LP gear upgrade kit for the AT LP60. Okay, I'm so blind I can't see anything anymore. Old age creeping in. Is the original cartridge, and the replacement is from LP Gear upgrade kit. LP Gear upgrade kit for the LP60. All right, so anyway, that's it. So this is what was on there originally: the mat, the original belt, and the original stylus cartridge. All right. Okay, so that's the turntable, and I use this little tile here as a cleaning area, impromptu, that I use to clean my records. So there's a little shop up in I don't know, Falls Church, Virginia, somewhere, and I bought this. I forget the name of the shop, I think, and they make this stuff there. Dr. Monkey's Magic Record Cleaning Elixir. And I've had this for quite a while, but as you can see, it's just about gone. I need to replace it, but this stuff works great. It's really alcohol based or something, but you can smell it. But anyway, use that there, clean it, and then play it. So I used to have a little headphone amp that I used to kind of act as a gain for, but I took that off and put it in my office to use it for headphones, and found that it works okay. I just have to put a little bit more volume using the Denon, my receiver. So my Lascalas now are being powered by this little bitty LaPi amp. I did a video about that before. And it's only 20 watts a channel, but it actually works really well. And it's solid state. I pretty much just leave it on. Otherwise, every now and then I'll turn it off like I did last night when the storms are coming, but there's no trigger on it. So you have to actually manually come up, turn it on. And this morning I started to play it, and I was like, why is my sound? And then I remembered I turned the amp off. So little amp, it powers my Lascalas here, left and right. And I got a couple record holder stands here that got off of Amazon. And this side is pretty much like albums I'm going to play. This is my Quincy Jones Walking in Space album. And I actually haven't listened to this yet. I've got a lot of records that I inherited, and I got a lot of records that I'll buy and add to my collection since I started doing this again. And the one I'm going to listen to, I still haven't listened to that yet. I put there, and the ones I'm listening to or have listened to before I put them back, I put over on that side. So that's my Luther. Of course, he's my favorite. I have anything I can find, this Luther, I'm buying it. So I haven't completed my Luther collection yet, but I'm working on it. So the receiver is actually powered on right now, but it was in pure direct mode. When it goes into pure direct mode, it turns off you'll see it turns off the screen and the power and not the power, but the screen, and it limits as much of the electronics as possible. And it actually makes this for albums sound much better, because when you turn it on, it goes to stereo direct or phono direct, but turning the lights off or whatever actually makes it sound just a little better. So let me put my mat back on, and it's a good thing I did this because I realized that I had my mat on upside down. It should be this way. Gives you a little depression there. So with the weight, that much more space, maybe a centimeter, who knows. Let's see. Okay, got my Bootsy. I cleaned it, but it's not, great. That back on, and then my weight. And then and what I don't have is I want to get an electrostatic brush and a little zero touch cleaner for the new stylus. It just touches and pulls off whatever debris on there. So that's next to do. So I put my little adapter there to keep it from touching. Boom. And I'm curious, now that I've turned the mat around, let's see what happens without it. Yeah, it still just touches. Okay. That there for my air gap. And I'm gonna go ahead, let's see, put my album back where it's supposed to be when it's playing. Little OCD, gotta put things back where they belong. Back down is where I keep that. So and this cabinet, so let's speak what the cabinet came from IKEA. It's kind of cliche, but it's a great cabinet. I like it, and it's actually 4 pieces. A piece here, actually, is it 3? Okay, so this is a piece. You can see what it's seam. It seems like it's off a bit too. And it has a little brace in the back that holds it together. I put the sliders on it to make it easier. I used to have my albums in here, but I took them out because it made this cabinet really heavy. And because, and here's the other piece. So the centerpiece, a right piece, and then it has a seam. You see it's kind of off a bit here, and the brace in the back that holds it all together. It's got the soft close there, so if you close it, you'll see you have the soft close. You probably can't see that, but there. And that's a nice little feature. So that, so like I was saying, I used to keep all my records in there, but I took them out. Let me put this back. Open that up again. And I took them out because it made things hard to move if I did want to move this an inch or two, because I'm constantly adjusting my speakers. As you can see now, the Lascalas there's been so many iterations of how I've placed these things over the last couple of years that I've had these things. And just recently listening to music, mostly it's music, movies, okay, but music, I want things more directional. I want the tweeter, the squawker pointing to me. It just makes the sound to me better. But I've angled them from being straight, because you see they're on the, I have isolation from Sweetwater. There's a video about that. That keeps it decoupled from the floor. And generally I would have it turned so that it just is square with that. But, and when listening to music, the imaging on these speakers are incredible. So I've got this, my wife painted this, and I just put some foam and some material behind it to absorbing material behind it. Put it there as that first reflection. And the 3 pieces that I got from Amazon, same thing. Put acoustic material behind that, and that's the first reflection for that side. But angled them toward me so that the sound would be much better, especially when listening to music and albums. So that's that. But I took the records from there, and back here I bought this little thing from Lowe's. Actually, you sell it everywhere, Amazon, eBay, wherever. But at Lowe's, because I'm military or retired military, you get 10% off with my Lowe's card, and I say it just made better sense. I think it was like $80, and take the 10% off of it. So good drop there. So I got it there. Went to the store, didn't have it, had to actually get it online. But at any rate, so I put all my albums back here now. So all the albums are back here. They're easier to get to. I can let something happen up there and be back here adjusting them or looking them, organizing them right now. Got these little letters. This were on Amazon, and just separating in alphabetical order all the way through. A through whatever this is here. A through I there. I being Isley Brothers, and J through Z down below. So I'm looking to fill that up. Gotta got a few albums I can buy before that's completely full. So, and that's great. So I mean, back here I've got my old subs, my Sony. Now the Sonys I switched. I got the larger Sonys there, and the smallest one. And it used to be opposite just a few days ago, and I swapped them. I said, you know what? I kind of want to get more, and these are really huge speakers. Of course, they don't apply with the 2-channel, but at any rate, seen these before. This is in my my thumbnail for my account. This speaker is sitting on top of the Lascala, and I just never changed the picture. And you can see that poster used to be there, but it's here now. At any rate, so this Sony and that Sony back there, I swapped them, put this one closer to me, and this one back here. And it's my old sub and my other old sub. And now I put, because I was watching some REL videos, and they talked about putting your subs in the corners, angled, so it gives your wave, your long, lower frequency waves, more room to travel in the room. And I think it really works, other than the, the cabinet for the Lascala's kind of being in the way a little bit, but it doesn't really affect it, at least not to me. So I put them right in the corner up against the bass traps, angled them so they're straight from the corner. That was a little crooked, I can see, but to me they sound great that way. So the two SVS there, the two Onkyo, one here near field and one there in the corner. I want to get some a corner, another bass trap where that mirror is, and actually put that there. But these kind of just fill in. They're not nearly as powerful as the SVS's, of course, but all together is very symbiotic. It works great. All right, so now when it comes to just the 2-channel, and go ahead and drop that and hit start. Come back to my seating position, and I'm actually gonna see if I can, you probably can't see this, change that to phono direct and give it a little bit of volume. So this is the thing with the using the preamp on the turntable. It's not a lot of sound. I really have to crank up the receiver to really get the levels of volume and the sound that I want. So my next purchase at some point is going to be another preamp. I bought a preamp off of Amazon, but it sounded terrible. I don't know, I think maybe it was the wrong kind of preamp. I believe this is a moving magnet, not a moving coil. It's not really expensive enough to be a moving coil. So I'm looking at getting a Manny preamp, and on Amazon I think it was about $149, but I've seen them as low as $99 on eBay and on the actual site for the product. So looking at that as the next thing. So to get some gain on that, to boost the signal from the receiver, from the turntable to receiver. But this is my setup for 2-channel for right now. So I say 2-channel, but in all actuality I have mine set for main plus sub, so you can see it's on phono direct, or you can't see it properly, but right now it's on phono direct. I give it a little volume, I hit my button here, and I can change it to phono pure direct. Get a little bit of a noticeable increase on it. The blue light on the sub says that sub is working. For whatever reason, the left sub though, still red, hasn't come on. Don't know. Maybe it's just not enough of a signal because they're set to auto to trip. Give it a little volume, see what happens. Oh, there it is. A little bit more volume, and now both subs come on. I mean, just like it's supposed to. It's amazing. In my sitting position, right in the center, looking directly at my center channel, listening to the Lascalas primarily, and just the SVS sub just filling in the low end. But the imaging is great. You would swear Bootsy was standing right there singing to you. So it is great. And it's amazing. I usually sit people say, hey, tell me which speakers you think are working. Because I've got like, I don't know, 12, 13 speakers in here. And it sounds like they're all playing. But it's just the two Lascalas. And I get so much imaging. I hear people use the word holographic. I don't know if that's what it is, but pretty amazing to sit here. I'm like, sometimes I look around, I'm like, is that somebody back there? It's just the music. It surrounds you with just the two channels and the subs filling in the low end. Yeah, pretty good. All right, this video is a bit longer than I intended it to be, so thanks for watching. Talk to you later.